Hello there, Pisces. Amy Energy here with a tarot message for you. If you haven't, please subscribe to my channel. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. All right, check in with your energy. Leave me a comment and let's get into it for Pisces. All right, your strength here is simplicity. So Pisces, we're not focusing on the drama. We're not focusing on anything but the things we have to focus on. We're forgetting about everything else, okay? Keeping our heart light. Flexibility is what we're moving through, okay? Where we're at right now in our life, we have to be flexible. Things might not be able to go exactly our way or someone else's way here, and we are going to have to be okay with being flexible. All right, what we need to work on here is potential. So there's a lot of potential, but I feel like we got to put some solid work into this. We have to believe in it. Okay, so let's explore these messages a little bit further here for Pisces. All right, let's explore here and see what does Pisces need to know here regarding simplicity, their strength. Okay, internal energy, Queen of Swords. External energy, Five of Swords. And advice for Pisces, the Ace of Cups. So I feel like there is forgiveness needed in a situation here, Pisces. There is a conflict going on around you. I feel like you're kind of in the center of something here, and you may be the only person who actually knows what's going on fully in this situation. Okay, so interesting energies here coming out when it comes to simplicity, but I feel like we really have to just focus on ourselves, on filling our own cup first. And there could be a situation where we're having to be strategic to win here, okay? And that candle just went out right before we started, so that was definitely timely. Okay, the end of a candle, a magical time, and it made space for us to, you know, put more cards out. Okay, so let's see here what's going on with flexibility. All right, exploring flexibility a little bit further here for my Pisces. All right, wow. So we definitely have a dream, a wish here for the future. There's something that we really want. Okay, Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands here, and I feel we're really willing to put the work in and fight for something. Advice here is the Chariot. So I do feel like, you know, with the flexibility coming out, I feel like that is an important message, because there could be just a challenge here with trying to control the way something happens. We could be standing in our own way here, or there could be someone else standing in our way, someone who, you know, is kind of opposing the direction we want to go here. So keep your eye on the dream, on where you want to go, but make sure that you are putting the work into it and not focusing so much on whatever the Seven of Wands is. We'll clarify these cards, but let's go ahead and see what's going on with potential. The focus here for my Pisces. All right. So there's something here in our life that where there is a lot of potential, but I feel like we're not motivated to do something. Wow, Five of Pentacles, or maybe we don't have the resources to do it. We don't have the resources to get the materials we need, so we could just be in this stagnant energy. Yeah, Five of Pentacles, Page of Wands, but I just want one card, please, angels. Okay, one card, external energy. you know, it could be difficult for us to get out in our community, to get out around people, all right? High Priestess here in the future. So I feel like, you know, there's a way that we're showing up that's a little bit different or unknown to us right now. And right now it could be difficult. We could have a lot of walls up with even connecting with people in the community. So it could be hard for us to see the space we're moving into here. But there's a lot of potential when we can, you know, get past these blockages here with the Eight of Swords, right? When we can move past this fence, start nursing these wounds and, you know, heal up and get back on our path, there's a lot of potential here. Yeah. You know, you are the healed healer. So I feel like you've been through a lot, Pisces, but you possess great wisdom from all of the times where you've had to start over, restart, right? You're very resilient. And in this moment, you're using that resilience. And in the future, you're going to be even more secure in who you are and what values you stand for. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue to clarify these messages. Okay, so I definitely do feel like it is time to simplify your life, Pisces. Worry only about what matters here with the Ace of Cups. You know, this is our advice, is focus on what matters, focus on what's real, focus on love, focus on filling your cup so that you feel good. Feeling good is going to bring you more than anything else that you thought that you needed, right? Feeling good is going to give you the stamina to keep going towards your dream, which is your advice, right? Okay, and you know, you have to be kind of flexible about what roads, what paths you're going to take, right? You can't be like, I want this, but I'm not willing to take this path. Like, you got to decide what you want. And I'm not saying you can't have any boundaries at all, but you can't say this one way is the only way, right? We have to be a little bit more open here, and tap into our full potential. And tapping into our full potential, you know, is going to require us to potentially make a difficult decision here, or really like overcome some challenging emotions. Okay, so let's clarify some of the cards here. All right, we got this Queen of Swords here internally with the Four of Wands and the Four of Cups. So I do feel like, you know, flexibility is so important, because it's, again, the way that we envision a dream showing up is not the only way that something can show up for us. And it would just be better right now, I feel, for us to be more open-minded to the potential of the universe to surprise us, right? Right now, we could just feel like, I don't have what I want, right? But there's a lot of potential around you. There's a lot here that we do have that we can work with, right? So yeah, with the Queen of Swords here, we could be wanting to have a conversation with somebody. This could be a soulmate, a family connection here. I definitely feel like we could be trying to build a foundation with someone, a foundation of truth and honesty. All right, why is the Five of Swords here? Okay, there is somebody who's pulling back from a conflict, okay? In the past here, Pisces, you connected with somebody here with the Lovers. We connected them to learn a lesson. Whether there's more to it, we'll maybe find out here in this reading. But right now, you could be going through a conflict with this person, or this person could be going through an inner conflict about coming forward toward you. Okay, so for whatever reason, I don't know what this is that went down between the two of you, but it seems like there also could even be other people involved. And the Four of Wands is what's here in the future. So I feel like there is someone who's working on maybe dropping something, like making their life more dramatic, moving from the Five of Wands into the Four of Wands so that they can come forward towards you, step through this portal. Okay, so this is something that's going on with around you, but right now this really has the energy of defeat and it's very challenging. Okay, I feel like internally though, you know, you don't have to focus on the challenge of it because you have a higher understanding, because this person already taught you the lesson, or part of a lesson here, right? You had the Lovers already coming up, so I feel like there's something you already learned here. You're like a step ahead. They got to catch up, but you're already there. Yeah, so, you know, I feel like your advice here is to work with what you got for a new beginning for yourself here, and you need to focus just on you and whatever this is that you're manifesting. But I feel like there's one thing, so we have to choose the most important thing for right now, right? We can always manifest more stuff later, but I feel like something right now really needs your focus. So it's, you know, that's for you to decide what is the most important thing to you, right? So, but we need to kind of clear everything else out of our space right now besides that one thing that really means the most to us, because we have to fill our own cup first. There could be a situation here, and because this person is going through a challenge, they could drain our cup if we engage with their energy. So we're going to have strong boundaries, even though I feel like we really have a strong connection here with somebody, right? But simplicity is here. If it can't happen for you easy, then it's not for you, or it's not the right timing for it, right? So we gotta be patient, and, you know, hey, maybe we're playing a long game here with the chess board coming out, but we gotta fill our own cup first and focus on the thing that's most important right now. Okay, the Four of Wands here, Pisces, internally. Yeah, coming out with these Six of Pentacles. So I feel like there's lots of ways that abundance and help wants to come in toward you here. I feel like this person is one pathway to your Four of Wands, but also this Four of Wands is within you. You do not need anyone here to give you anything, right? I mean, of course we do need people in our life, but you don't need any specific person here, right? I feel like you have very fulfilling, rewarding connections, and with flexibility here, you know, it's just kind of it's kind of interesting to me that this flexibility card's coming out. I feel like there just could be, you know, like I was saying earlier, there's like this energy of like standing in our own way, but I don't want it to sound like negative. But yeah, I mean, we just have to get solid on our values, what our core values are. And we don't want to get too caught up on the details of how something happens. We want to be really flexible about how something shows up and when. We can't force something to happen no matter what kind of mood we want to get in here. And you actually know this, right? You are the High Priestess, so you could be coming into an understanding about this here, about needing to be flexible, right? In order to actually get true love too as well, right? Because if we, you know, if we have to be so rigid and demanding to get another person to show up for us the way we need, then, you know, it's probably going to be a constant fight for that. We want it to be simple, easy. So we want to be able to be flexible and kind of mutable, right? You're a mutable sign. So we want to make sure we know what are our values, that so that we put up the right boundaries, right? Like, we need boundaries, absolutely. But, you know, we also can be flexible about certain aspects of the way something shows up, okay? Specifically, the way it shows up is what's coming up. So take it how it resonates, Pisces. This is a general reading. If you want to book a personal, I do offer tarot and astrology readings. There is a link in my description box, and you can fill out my reading request form. All right, but the advice here is, you know, we need to get into a happier energy. All right, we could be kind of inflexible in a way. Like, we could be kind of grumpy, thinking like, I have to do everything on my own, right? We could really be longing for a partner, even just someone just to help us with the day-to-day things in life, someone even just to celebrate with us. But I feel like it's important just to celebrate yourself, to celebrate how far you've come, and to make goals. So I think it is important for us to make friends, but I also think it's very important for us right now to make sure that the friends we're making are friends that give and reciprocate what is given to them. That's very, very important for you Pisces, okay? Because, you know, I feel like something can have all the potential in the world, right? This is potential, but the real potential is in your attitude toward it, right? And if we don't have the proper boundaries, we could get into a funky attitude. We need to be very clear and set those clear boundaries and expectations about what we want, right? And I feel like for some of us, we got to be more proactive about protecting our energy. Like, we don't want to, you know, tell someone after they hurt us that they hurt us. That's like, of course, you know, sometimes that has to happen that way, but, you know, if we can tell someone to stop hurting us before it happens, like, that's better for everyone, right? That's a better thing to do if we can. But I definitely, wow, this is a lot. Let me get a little drink here, Pisces. All right, we have the Fool here with the Eight of Swords. So I feel like you've really been through it. Your angels are kind of coming in and they're like, Pisces, we recognize that you've been through some really like tough like situations. And I feel like, you know, you've just went through things that were so painful without like any help. Like, I'm almost like, it's interesting because I feel like it's like emotional pain or mental pain, but it's almost like it's like you went through surgery with no anesthesia or something, you know what I mean? It's like you were awake for it all. You just like really experienced a lot. And so like it's like your angels, like, they understand why you can get an attitude like this, but it's like you could teeter back and forth between like trust and panic, because even though you're healing a lot, you still feel like you need to overwhelm yourself with a lot of work, and, you know, it's just still like out of habit. You just always feel like you should be like accomplishing something, and you just consistently put way too much on your plate. So I do feel like something's completely getting torn down in your life, so that you can actually see your full potential. Because right now things might have gotten built up too far in one direction, and you could be, you know, not realizing that this, where you're at, it's just not, you haven't built on a stable foundation. It's not where you need to be. Okay, so there's, yeah, I feel like a lot of this does have to do with connections with other people, both romantic and also, in our community in general. Okay, just different partnerships. I feel like you could have, because of some of the experiences that we've been through, we could have some real troubles and we could have had some really difficult times connecting with people in the past. But I do feel like there is a significant person coming into our life or currently in our life here, and we could be doing some sort of a collaboration with this person here, Pisces, or working on like building just a healthy foundation. I mean, there could definitely be love here, but I feel like there's a lot of uncertainty in this right at the moment. But I definitely see us, having really good communication with someone that we could be meeting right now or coming together with right now. Okay. So I hope these messages helped, Pisces. Let's get some cards here and see what would your person say to you if they have the courage to speak their truth out loud. All right, for Pisces that are dealing with someone, your person would say, I admire how hard you work. I feel you are unpredictable. I am scared of commitment, and you hurt my feelings is on the bottom of the deck. So I do feel here, Pisces, that could be part of what we're being flexible about is a connection here, or where we need to really exercise some more flexibility could be in a connection. I'm not saying we expect or accept less than what we dream of here, but I do just kind of feel like, there could be some aspects that are unpredictable because we have the Seven of Wands in this Chariot that I feel like it could be coming up against each other because the Chariot's like, they're both a 7, so we're in both of these cards, we're asserting our will, we're moving forward, we're moving toward what we want. But with the Chariot, I feel like the Chariot is moving forward toward a vision where the Seven of Wands is more of a protection energy. So it's almost like, it feels to me like we're protecting ourselves from what we want, which could make this person think, wow, you're really unpredictable. I don't really know what this person wants. And they could give also in different ways that you're not recognizing the ways that they give. But also, if this person's scared of commitment and you want a commitment, maybe we're going to be flexible about who this person can show up as in our life. Regardless, this situation is ending because look at what we got. 10, 10, 10. 7 and 3 is 10. 7 and 3 is 10. 6 and 4 is 10. Okay, so there is an ending. And maybe it could be an ending of past pain, right? Because you hurt this person's feelings, that's what they're saying. And I feel like part of that could have been miscommunications because we both also could express ourselves in very different ways. Okay, but they actually do admire how hard you work. And, they could, feel like, you both could have some misconceptions about one another. And so I feel like, if you want to reunite with this person, it might be good to meet on a friendly basis to have a conversation, to see like where we're at as far as like shared values moving forward. Okay. But I definitely feel like there's just new potential here all over this reading. But we are going to be kind of releasing things that are no longer serving us. And for a lot of us, it's our attitude. And I mean that with love, because like it's not an attitude that came out of nowhere. It's an attitude that came from a very, very valid place, but it still is preventing us from like believing in the magic of ourself and of this moment and all of the things that could happen for us, right? Yeah, Pluto's coming up, so there's like a lot going on here, and flowers here also. So there could be this like real desire to act on something now, the feeling that something could pass through our fingers if we let it slip. And that's more of a reason to be flexible, because I feel like Pluto is our trauma, our triggers, death, sex, rebirth, taboos, all the things that people don't really want to talk about. That we could be connecting with multiple people here that really triggers that, right? So let's see, what are we at? We're at 26. I was going to maybe pull a couple more cards, but I think this is going to be where we leave it at today, Pisces. Well, we're going to get your affirmation. But yeah, I just feel like Pisces, focus on moving forward, right? We could have some fears around a connection, but there's a lot that's unknown. This person we're connecting with could be going through a lot of heavy themes, a lot of heavy healing, and you could be going through that too. So someone could be going through the same thing you're going through, and maybe they handle it differently. So I feel like we don't want to wait on somebody. We may be reuniting with somebody, but I would be, it's kind of like we might have to be flexible with the way we come back together with somebody. And I'm not saying, we're, like I said, we're going to have all the boundaries we need with this person as far as a relationship. But I feel like for some of us, we really want to have a conversation to get even closure, right? 10, 10, 10. So I would be flexible, and this could be showing up in multiple spaces in your life. There could be a work situation, a love situation. But I feel like we have to be flexible in all of those situations and taking that simplistic approach of just focusing on what we need to focus on in that moment and kind of leaving everything else go, because we just can't, we don't have enough capacity to overthink on everything right now. And we can't control other people or their actions, even though we could be feeling very hurt by someone else's actions in this reading. But we have to know it really truly is not about us, right? It's really not. They're going through their own stuff. And I was just hearing the song, if you listen to Ann Ortley, which I highly recommend, Ann Ortley's Weekly Weather, she was saying this week, the communication's tough, and she said we all have to listen to Pink, the song by Pink, Just Give Me a Reason. It's about like a couple that's not communicating very well, but at the same time they want to work it out. So they're like, just give me a reason. And I kind of feel like that's where it's at with this person, because we're coming up against a wall where the communication just has not been good. Okay, but now it's in Gemini season, so we're getting some air in the chart. We got Mars in Leo, though, so someone could be prideful, boastful. Leo has a lot of shame that sometimes can be associated with it. That may not come up because someone here is thinking very profoundly on a situation. All right, but we do have, I don't compare myself to others because I am not meant to be a copy of anyone else. I was born to be me, an original, one of a kind. I am happy to be me. So I do feel like you do need to focus on you, focus on being happy to be you, and filling your cup first, the vision that you want for your life, like where you want to go, and celebrating how far you've come, because I feel like you've made some real progress on your goals. And, you know, you might need to even be flexible even to acknowledge that, right? Because maybe you're just a person who, like, if you haven't made it the whole way to the finish line yet, you're like, I didn't make it anywhere. But you've made it a long way, so you need to acknowledge that, celebrate how far you've come, celebrate every right move you make. Always be celebrating yourself and stay in that space of gratitude. Okay. And you're moving into a beautiful energy. Really, truly. 89, 4. Yeah, we have sight. Natalie Merchant, notice more. Okay, so put some Natalie Merchant on today, and there will be some additional messages for you in whatever songs that you listen to here. Natalie Merchant, whatever songs you're called to listen to, there will be some additional messages for you there, Pisces. I am going to go ahead and leave it there. Let me know what you thought about this reading setup, and if this was your reading, type in and let me know that it resonated for you. I really appreciate that. Pisces, I love you. Check out the link in my bio. It will take you to all of the playlists that I've made, my reading request form. If you're interested in my Patreon, following me over on TikTok where I go live, or following me over on Instagram where I post all my epic memes. All those links, everything you need, every single link. If you want to check out Sarah Stassi's Etsy store, all those links are going to be in that one link. You click that one link in the description box and it will take you to all of the links that you need. So go ahead and check that out for me, Pisces. Whatever moment you are in right now, know that it is a magical moment because you are there. Until we meet again, I love you.